was at FIT, I remember my illustration professor gave some excellent advice. He said, when you draw a line, make sure that it looks purposeful. I was immediately struck by the depth of that seemingly simple piece of advice and how it accurately pertains to so much more than drawing. Because in truth, everything we do should be done with purpose in order to fulfill our purpose, whatever that may be. Let me ask you, what is your favorite color? Is it green or maybe yellow? Do you prefer the city or the countryside? And how about the weather? Do you prefer it when it's chilly or warm outside? You can probably answer those questions, but I have another one. What is your definition of a purposeful life? Or rather, how would you define your purposeful life? This would be the life that makes you feel, well, alive and helps you get out of bed with joy every morning. If we were each to grab a pencil to draw what this picture looks like, the final results would definitely be at least as varied as the number of buds on a blooming tree. But first, you have to be able to actually define what that purpose-filled life means to you. Only then can you actually begin to start living for yourself and not for others. Knowing who you are means loving yourself and trusting your decisions without being fueled by external validation from family, friends, or even followers on a social media platform. This doesn't mean you become hard or guarded with everyone around you, but rather it takes being honest with yourself about who you are and what you want out of life, and setting sincere boundaries that will protect this core of your being. I believe that probably the most straightforward way to accomplish this is to create goals for yourself that will allow you to enjoy the journey even more than the destination. Then you can find balance in your everyday and appreciate the practice that it takes to get there. More likely than not, your definition of success won't match the image of success that exists in other people's eyes. And they will try and sway you with carefully thought out reasonings and colorful examples. You have to be strong and secure enough in your definition of success and with your image of happiness so that you're not swayed by their most likely kind-hearted persuasions. To do this, you first have to really dive deep into your own heart and gently encourage yourself to acknowledge your uniqueness, your talents, and your values. I love observing everyday life, trying to see the humor in common situations, and then sketching it through my own eyes. One of my favorite things to do is to take myself out for a date with my iPad and just draw something inspired by a feeling I get or something I see. When I was little, I remember my classmates would always gather around to watch me as I drew, and I loved seeing their reactions as the final result was slowly unveiled. Kids still do that sometimes. But I also remember that when I was in school, I had a few teachers who would see me doodling in my books and would go out of their way to tell me that my sketches weren't really art and that I had to draw fine art for it to matter. And while I greatly admire fine art and the people who create it, that's not my art. What I'm trying to say is, don't listen to other people's opinions about what is or isn't right about something that you love. And definitely don't allow their opinions to ruin a God-given talent that, first and foremost, gives you joy. Creating a life that you live for yourself doesn't happen overnight. It could take years of trials and errors and learning from experiences. All of this is part of the process, and none of it is a mistake. It's just another path along your journey. And as you go through this process of crafting your most true life, you will change and evolve, along with the moments you experience and the people you meet. In fact, it makes perfect sense that who you are 5 years into this journey could look quite different from the person you were when you began it. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay to change your mind about something you once held dear, or to alter your behavior due to a singular occurrence. This too is part of living this life. It's the journey of the goal. No matter what, it all comes down to one simple fact. You have to be true to you. And while you might not get it right all of the time, just remember that maps were not created without first taking a few wrong turns. We are all artists creating on this canvas we call our life. Your art might not be right for others, but as long as it is true to what is right for you, well then that canvas becomes a masterpiece filled with meaning and purpose. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it resonated with you in some way, please tap the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content on wellness, creativity, and minimalism. Also, check out my Instagram at sarabiancabentley for illustrations and inspiration. Until next time, thank you so much for being here. Bye!